What is up, guys? My name is Joe, and in today's video we're gonna talk about the iPhone SE 2, number 2. um, if you have any questions, just hit me down in the comments below. We're gonna go through on what I think is gonna happen with iPhone SE and the whole cheaper line of the Apple's iPhone ecosystem and everything. So if you're interested, then stay tuned. Now I'm just gonna check out my my feed, if it's working, if it's live, and I'm gonna turn on the comments, and then we can start today's video. I'm gonna be doing a live video on my English channel as well. I know that there are a lot of Hungarian viewers on my channel right now. Maybe 100% of them are Hungarian, but this is the English channel. This is gonna stay English, and we're talking about iPhone SE. So, first of all, what do you guys think? What do you guys think that will be happening with the iPhone SE? Nope, nothing? First of all, iPhone SE is the cheapest version of the iPhone right now. So if you're thinking of buying an iPhone, thinking of getting yourself into the iOS ecosystem, then that is the first step for you. Now, if you don't want, anything expensive, then go for the iPhone route. It's a fairly good phone. Just as well as the iPhone 6s, it has the same specs except for the Force Touch thing. And it costs Apple absolutely no money to make this phone. It's very, very cheap. It's very, it's been around for 5 years now, I think. Yeah, since 2012. And it's the same design. They keep doing the same design over and over again because the parts are cheap, the internals are cheap, and everything is cheap. Now, that is the number one reason why I think there won't be an iPhone SE 2, or there won't be an iPhone SE what we think. The version with the iPhone 10 screen, with the OLED screen, Face ID, etc., blah, 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 blah. Because it would be too expensive for Apple to make that phone and cannibalize its own sales on the other hand. It makes much more sense to keep iPhone SE the way it is and just keep selling this as their low budget category iPhone with a 4-inch screen and everything. So I know that there have been rumors previously that that there might be a huge incremental upgrade for this phone in terms of specs, in terms of quality, in terms of everything, but that's not gonna happen due to the costs of the phone. On the other hand, there might be some upgrades coming around September, October with the current line of phones, with the iPhone 10, and there might be a 10 Plus, and there might be different kind of sizes. But smaller screen iPhones are, I think they're slowly going away. iPhone SE might die, or it might get onto a path, just like the MacBook Air, just like the Mac Mini, which haven't been updated for ages. Well, the MacBook Air has been updated last year, but still the same form factor, still everything, but it's still the old boring product. If we look at the iPhone SE today, is it worth it? I mean, if you have an iPhone 6s, then you're more than aware that these phones are capable of running iOS 11 smoothly. There are no problems whatsoever, and there's no any kind of holdback in terms of performance. They might not have the latest tech in them, so it's the A9 chip with a 12 megapixel camera on the back, but they do have 4K video shooting, which is huge. So you're not missing out on that much. The camera quality might not be on par with an iPhone 10 or 8 or 7, but it's still a fantastic phone, both 6s and SE, because I consider those phones equals. They are same in every aspect except for the screen size. So I have to say that there won't be an iPhone SE 2 coming soon, because it doesn't make any sense for Apple to make an iPhone SE 2, a performance machine out of their budget option of $345 is how much they sell it for right now, and they're more than happy with that. They're more than happy selling the cheapest iPhone at that price range. It's an entry price, and they can convert a lot more traffic and a lot more people to join the Apple ecosystem and join iOS. And they're not gonna cannibalize their own sales with doing a spec upgrade. It'll cost more, and it makes absolutely no sense. So I think that is what is up with the iPhone SE. Let me just turn on my comments, because whoa, this is a lot faster than my other channel. So guys, there are 38 of you watching, great, and everybody is trying to speak to me in Hungarian, but this is the English channel. I'm sorry guys, if you don't understand, I do regular updates on my Hungarian channel. Stay tuned to the English channel. I'm gonna have a lot more content. I might even swap my Hungarian channel and convert that to an English channel if I see fit, if I see that there's a lot more sense in doing that. Anyway, let's look at some comments. Do you think it will be worth it? The iPhone SE 2? iPhone SE 2 might be worth it. I mean, if we would get an iPhone SE, like a 4.5 inch screen, which is somewhere between this two sizes, that's me on the live right there, somewhere in between this, and we would get this form factor, so this beautiful, gorgeous phone that you have over here, and this would have a screen just like the iPhone 10, with a camera system just like the iPhone 10, with Face ID just like the iPhone 10, with all the spec upgrades and battery life and everything just like the iPhone 10, without the notch. Okay, maybe the notch can stay. Then I would say, and they would sell it for around $600-700. I would say that it's the go-to phone, because I don't like big phones. Even the 6S is a big phone. iPhone 10 is a huge phone. iPhone 8 Plus is huge phone. So I would rather prefer a smaller phone than like a phablet. But you know, then again, I don't see how they could sell it for so cheap, considering that Face ID components took the iPhone 10 over $1,000. What I would say is, if you would get that kind of phone with that kind of performance in that quality to a reasonable price, I think it would be the most sold iPhone ever. All right, let's see. I think the iPhone SE 2 will not come in 2018. I think so too. I think it's not happening. It doesn't make any sense. It might be coming. They might rebrand it. I've been thinking about rebranding, because they have iPhone 10. They might have iPhone mini. Could be a possibility. It's not the first time we would see a mini category with iPhone or with Apple. You know. All right. It's just Hungarians over here, isn't it? I'm trying to find. I mean, if you guys have any questions regarding iPhone SE, by all means, do it. Do it now. If you could buy the iPhone X, anything will worth it for you. What? I don't know. I'm just not going to read any more comments. So, guys, in terms of the iPhone SE, I think it's a great phone. I think it's one of the most valuable phones Apple's selling for at that price range. So if you're considering on buying an iPhone SE, by all means, do it. Don't hesitate. Just go for it, because iPhone SE2 is not coming. There's not going to be an iPhone SEX, if you know what I mean. And if you're waiting out for something like that, it might be a very, very long wait. So guys, just go buy it. It's a great phone. It's like the iPhone 6s. It'll run iOS 11. It will run iOS 12, 13, and maybe even 14. So you don't have to worry about updates. It's A-okay. It's got Joe's stamp of approval. That was my very, very short live, and I will be doing a live regularly in English. That's to my Hungarian fans. Right now, I hope you enjoyed. I hope it made some sense to you. There will be more videos coming this week. One with Samsung Galaxy S9, and there was a little mistake with iPhone 10. So if you want to know more about that, stay tuned this week. And until the next video, stay safe and hang loose.